Ladies and gentlemen, but probably just gentlemen because analytics tell me that like 94% of the people who watch this channel are dudes. Welcome to the UFC Fight Island 5 preview and prediction. That's Cory Sandhagen versus Marlon Moraes, and they're on Fight Island, and it's going to be a good time, and I'm going to give you my picks, and then you're going to pick the opposite of my picks so you can actually win money. Let's get into this. By the way, I'm on my phone again, okay? I got notes here. I got a bad brain. Just let it happen. First, we got Youssef Zalal versus Ilia Topuria. Zalal has a 4-fight win streak going on, and he has 3 fights in the UFC. He's undefeated in the UFC. As for Topuria, it's his UFC debut. He's a submission specialist, and he's never gone to a decision. This one's tough to pick, but I'm going to go with Zalal. I'm going to pick experience on this one. Next, we got a heavyweight bout. It's Tom Aspinall versus Alan Baudot. This is a fight. Both of these fighters, neither of them have been to a decision. They only have 3 losses between the two of them, and it has the makings for a good fight, but I see it being a short fight. I see Tom Aspinall getting a win in the first or second round via a knockout. It's just a kill or be killed matchup, and I see both of these guys just throwing haymakers. This is also the biggest favorite on the card, Tom Aspinall. As far as I know, at least the main card, he's the biggest favorite. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Tom Aspinall on this one. It's too early. It's like 1 p.m. right now. Next, we have a middleweight fight between Dricus du Plessis and Marcus Perez. And for those of you who don't know Marcus Perez, he's that dude who keeps painting his face like Joker, and he keeps going to stare downs like this, and it's just kind of scary, and stop doing that. It'd be really cool if someone who was fighting him knew he was going to do that, and they came in as Batman, and so it's like Batman versus Joker. Anyways, for du Plessis, he's a finisher. He's 14-2, and he's never been to a decision. There's so many guys on this card that haven't been to a decision, so it makes me think that there's going to be a lot of finishes, and it makes me think it's going to be like a really exciting card. I have my fingers crossed. It's a pretty solid card, but I'm hoping for big things. As for Perez, he won 2 out of his last 5 fights, and he's coming off of a loss. For that reason alone, I'm going to go with du Plessis. I see them with a similar amount of experience, and I'm just going to go with the guy who has the hot hand currently, so I'm picking du Plessis on this one. Next, we have Ben Rothwell versus Marcin Tybura. Both of these guys are coming off of a 2-fight win streak. You know Ben Rothwell. You probably know Marcin Tybura. They fought the who's who's at the heavyweight division, and it's just a matter of who's going to get the win tonight. And I'm going to go with Rothwell. He's looked better as of late, and I can see him getting a knockout victory. If it goes to a decision, I would lean towards Tybura, but it's kind of a toss-up for this one. I'm going to go with Rothwell. Next, we got a featherweight bout between Edson Barboza and Makwan Amirkhani, and this is just going to be, I think Amirkhani is going to want to take Barboza to the ground, because why the hell would you want to stand with Barboza? And by the way, Barboza has lost 4 out of his last 5 fights, but don't let those numbers sway you, because he's still a beast. I mean, his last 2 fights, you could argue that he won both of them. His striking is really good. I think he's going to be a big problem for Amirkhani, and I see if Amirkhani wins, it's going to be by a submission, but I see Barboza just piecing him up on the feet, and he's going to get either a KO victory or a decision victory. So let's go Barboza at 45. Let's see how he does. Finally, we got the main event. This is Cory Sandhagen versus Marlon Moraes. Cory Sandhagen, just a super well-rounded fighter. Good on the ground, good on the feet, just super well-rounded. And he's got good cardio too, which plays a big factor in today's fight, 'cause it's a 5-rounder. As for Marlon Moraes, he doesn't have great cardio, but he has really, really good striking and a whole lot of power. I feel like people forget that he pieced up Henry Cejudo in the first round, in the first half of the second round. Then he tired, and he eventually got finished. But if he can catch Sandhagen in the first round or the first 2 rounds, I think he has a really, really good shot at winning this fight. But if it goes into those later rounds, Sandhagen definitely has, the upper hand there. As for who I think is going to win, I'm going to go with the underdog, which is Moraes, which I'm a little bit surprised that he's the underdog. I mean, he's the #1 ranked fighter in the world. I mean, I know he's coming off of a, like, I guess you could call it a lackluster performance against Aldo. A lot of people thought Aldo won. I still think that Moraes looked really good in that effort. So there's a lot of people thinking that he's coming off of a 2-fight losing streak when in reality he's, on a win streak. But as for Sandhagen, he's coming off of he called it an embarrassing loss against Aljamain Sterling where he just got submitted really, really quickly. He won't have to worry about being submitted in this, I don't think. But I see Marlon Moraes getting the win. So I think if you guys want to put money on an underdog, put money on Moraes, because I was a little bit surprised to see that he was the betting underdog. So definitely put him in your parlay. I see it. I see him winning this fight. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comment section below about your picks and what you agree and what you disagree with compared to my list. But yeah, those are my picks. Enjoy the fights. It's tomorrow. Keep thinking it's today. It's not today. It's tomorrow. Peace.